Hi, my name is Jennifer Diamond Hardesty and I'm a physical therapist with TennisElbow.com. This video is about self-massage techniques that you can use to help treat your tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. And if you didn't already see the video on moist heat, as a treatment modality, go ahead and watch that video because I often like to use moist heat prior to doing massage. It helps to loosen up the tissue and improve blood flow and kind of calm everything down before doing the massage. So take a look at that video as well. So if you're planning on doing a little self-massage, go ahead and set aside maybe 20 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes, so that you can make sure you give yourself enough time to actually make a difference with the treatment. A lot of things that we do, like stretching, we don't do it long enough to actually make a long-term change. And so give yourself time if you can. If you're on your lunch break or maybe before bed, those are good times to do a little bit of self-massage. So what I would do is prep with moist heat, so taking a nice warm shower or bath or using a hot pack, and then get into a comfortable position, sitting or laying down, and just check in with your body first and kind of take note of where you're experiencing pain or tension. So it might not just be your elbow. Maybe you're noticing, my neck is kind of tight, my shoulder's kind of tight, or do you have any discomfort in your arm, the elbow itself, the forearm, the wrist, the hand. So check in with your body and kind of see, what are the parts involved with the discomfort I'm experiencing. So first of all, if you have any amount of swelling, you probably want to start with some self-massage to help decrease the swelling. So if you do have swelling, getting your arm into an elevated position, so propped up on pillows, or if you're laying down on your back, you can just lift your arm up over your head. Getting your arm into a comfortable elevated position above your heart can help with the swelling. And then doing gentle strokes up towards the heart can help relieve swelling. And so that's not that really deep tissue kind of massage, it's really gentle strokes, where you're just kind of imagining you're pushing the fluid that's on the most superficial layer back up towards the heart. And we actually do have lymph nodes in our armpit, so if you feel like those are a little swollen or clogged or what have you, you can massage those a little bit. Might feel kind of funny massaging your armpit, but massaging those lymph nodes can help clear out that swelling as well. Especially if you had like an acute injury where you were swinging a tennis racket and you actually felt a moment of tearing or something like that. So that's how I would do some massage for swelling. So, spending as much time as you feel you need there, at least 5 minutes, but, up to 20 minutes. If you're noticing that you have just more muscle tension, I would focus more on, or do this swelling massage first and then do the muscle tension massage, but a couple different techniques. One, kneading. I like to think of when your cat, if you have a cat, makes bread on your belly or anything like that, that kneading motion. And so it can be like little circles on the muscle belly, using quite a bit of pressure, or some people just like more of a squeezing sensation. So if you're thinking about your muscle tissue and all the other tissue in there as being, it's a wet tissue. It has blood flow. It has lymphatic fluid, so it should be wet. And so you're kind of squeezing the fluid out and then letting it refill when you're doing that kneading motion, right? So maybe if you're noticing you have neck tension, doing it up by your neck, down towards your shoulder, all the way down your arm, your elbow, your forearm, etc. So wherever you're noticing, wow, I'm really feeling like things are tight and guarded. Another technique for muscle tension, if you have a very specific spot that you're noticing point tenderness, like, oh wow, my forearm right here is really tight and tender right there, you can do something called cross friction. So what that is I usually take 2 fingers and I go directly onto the little area that might feel tight, right? And then I do, if the muscle fibers are running this way, I go perpendicular to it, okay, and do a little bit of cross friction massage. So that's going to be a deeper massage technique, and it might kind of feel like you're strumming over like a thick guitar string or something like that. That could be the sensation that you get. All right, so that's cross friction. So doing that until it becomes less tender and tight. So if it starts out really tender, be gentle with yourself. You can always increase your pressure as your tolerance improves. All right, my favorite, if you just have a general feeling of ouchiness in your arm, in your elbow, and maybe you feel like it's stiff, I really like a technique called skin rolling. And this is kind of weird because you're pinching yourself, but it's actually really helpful. It's considered a myofascial release technique. So the fascia, the connective tissue that holds everything together, is thought to be a key component, if not the key component to dysfunction. And so trying to kind of remodel that tissue or allowing it to release, unwind can be helpful. So for skin rolling, you literally grab the skin, see how I'm pinching it up, and then you roll it. So you're keeping it pinched as you're rolling it in one direction or the other direction, okay? And you can play around with this. So you can skin roll that way, you can skin roll towards you, you can skin roll like down your forearm, right? Hopefully you can see that. So I'm kind of maintaining a certain amount of tissue pinched up as I'm rolling it along. And that can take some getting used to, but you'll find areas that are probably kind of like sticky feeling, or maybe they feel kind of gritty, and that's normal, that's okay. Just continue to skin roll those areas until you have a little bit more mobility, and it definitely improves blood flow. All right, so those are some massage techniques to kind of get you started, and hopefully that helps for you, but feel free to play around with it and see what feels good. Most important thing is that you're really spending time assessing what your body needs and addressing it, because everyone is different. Every tennis elbow injury and golfer's elbow injury is different. Oh, one thing I forgot to say is for a lot of those techniques, I like to do it without any oil, especially skin rolling or, you know, oil, lotion, that kind of thing. But feel free to, if that feels better to you, or if you have some particular pain relieving type topical you like to utilize, that's great as well. Otherwise, you know, regular coconut oil, or some people believe castor oil is really beneficial for healing. You can play around with those things too. All right, good luck.